Welcome back to Finnegans Garage. Thank you for hanging out. This is gonna be a banger of an episode. We're at a drag strip, yes, but that's not what this is about. I'm giving you what you've been asking for. We are going to work on my 1961 Cadillac Coupe DeVille, and we're gonna give you an update on my 2018 Lexus LC500 small tire drag and drive car that you've seen once or twice on this channel. All of that happens right now. What's up? I gotta stop the video real quick, because here's the thing. If you haven't guessed by now, Blasphemy is super reliable and very, very fast. And I feel so good about this car now that I think it's time to exercise the demons. I have, probably unbeknownst to you guys, collected nearly everything I've broken since about 2017. I'm talking pistons, rods, transmission parts. Like, I haven't thrown much of it away. I've given some of it away, but not much. In this box and on this table are approximately 15 or 18 Hemi pistons that are caved in, dented from valves, broken, I mean, you name it. Like, I have the parts here, so here's what I want to do. I'm bringing back an old favorite, my Blasphemy shirt, which is the engine. And I gotta admit, I stopped putting this shirt out for a little while because the motor wasn't all that reliable. Well, thanks to Harrell Engine and Dyno, the motor is reliable. So I'm getting rid of all the bad juju. All of these parts could be yours. If you go to fsmgarage.com right now and buy something, or buy nothing, I don't care. You can mail in a postcard. There's details on how to enter this contest without spending a dime. But if you buy stickers, you get more entries. You buy a shirt, you get more entries, a hat, hoodie, even more entries. And you could end up with a autographed paperweight, you know, might look good on the coffee table. The wife, I'm sure, would be excited about it. You ever wondered what a T56 Magnum transmission looks like when you dead hook the tire and break it in half? You could find out in real time. This could be at your house. I have blower belts, I have transmission parts, I have broken Hemi parts galore, and 50 people are gonna win something. Either an autographed FSM hat or whatever you see on this table here. It's gonna be pretty rad. And don't forget, support the cause, buy the Blasphemy shirt. I appreciate it. Back to the video right now. Free candy when you buy parts. I think they banned these in like the UK and California. But God, they taste good. This time on Finnegans Garage, we are once again working on the Cadillac. And today we're gonna install an anti-roll bar that we bought from CJ Race Cars. And once that's in there, we can pretty much start building the floor in this thing. You know, that's really the last piece of the puzzle that will require fabrication that would be more difficult if it was covered up. And so before we cover it up with a floor and a rear wall and a trans tunnel, we're gonna put this in. And this is the average Johnson bar, I think is what they call it. They make a bigger one for real high horsepower stuff, real fast stuff, that has a larger diameter tube. And we don't have that. I think this will be fine for what we're doing. But as always, it's universal. It's not for this car. So we're gonna have to fabricate some stuff. But first things first, we're gonna kind of half-ass assemble it, crawl in the car and see what is it gonna take to get this to fit a 1961 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. I was thinking the wider, the better, is an anti-roll bar. So the further out it goes on the axle tube, the more leverage it has to resist one side going up and one side going down. Because really what this is for is to keep our car from twisting when it hole shots. I don't know if this is right, but if you flip it the other way, it moves this inboard a little more. We've just got to put it in the car and go, it's floating in space. How do we attach it? You know, that's basically what we're talking about here. Yeah, maybe the arms need to be more inboard, outboard. I don't know. I'm just going to put it on there and we'll just crawl in the car and see what happens. This is built for a round tube race car frame, not a rectangular street rod style chassis on a 61 Cadillac. Just FYI if you guys were wondering. Now we go under the car and see what's it going to take to mount this part to our chassis and then connect this part right here to our rear end. If you bottom out the shocks to the top link bars, contact the anti-roll bar, I don't think they will. So what I'm thinking is I make a new set of tabs that mount the bearings or the bushings rather. And that bar goes right on that frame rail, and those arms stick straight out, and then we go from the arm down to the back brace of the rear end.
Yeah.
And then I don't think when you cycle the rear suspension, if it bottoms out, that the arms, I don't think the 4 links are going to hit our anti-roll bar.
No, it won't. We only have like 2 inches of shock showing.
I think this is going to be perfect and easy. So all I got to do then is make a cardboard template of the frame rail, and we can plasma cut 4 tabs out for this thing that bolt into those bearings, bushing mounts rather.
Yeah.
And I think we're there. I don't think we have to shorten the bar. I think everything about this is going to go right in pretty straightforward. That is awesome. So all we have to do is make a new tab that fits the frame rail better and doesn't have a cutout for round tube. It's just going to come up and then weld there. And we'll make 4 of these.
Sweet, we get to use our ready-to-use plasma station.
I know. We don't even have to set it up. It's already set up.
Ready to go.
And the bandsaw is not broken, which just shows maturity on our part. Yes, we could use the bandsaw, but this will come out much nicer if I use the plasma cutter.
How's it fit?
Needs some touch-up work. Right in here, it's a little wide, so it won't drop down. Let me just go touch that up. Here we go. We just spent the last few hours making brand new mounts. If you recall, the original ones for these were really nice. Came from CJ Race Cars. They had a dip right here for a round tube to go through there, but we don't have a round tube chassis. We have like a street rod type chassis with rectangular tube frame rails. So we needed to make a new plate that matched the curve of our frame rails. These are going to go right here, and then our bar should weld right there to our frame rail, and with any luck, these, oh, where's the other arm?
Behind me?
No, don't worry about it for now. So our bar should go right here, and then our arms get welded to our bar and should land in an area where the link bar will go down to the back brace of the rear end. And to determine where that location is, we're going to use a plumb bob because we don't have our link bars built yet. So we'll tie a piece of string to the hole through the arm where the link would normally go, and then we'll let it drop down to the back brace of our end, and then it'll give us a ballpark idea where everything's going to land. The control arms will also get welded to the bar, but we haven't done that yet because we wanted to make sure everything is going to work out where we'd like it to. The only thing that's going to prevent the bar from sliding out is the idea that the control arm is butted up against here.
Correct.
We also have to weld the control arm to this bar, and once it's in there,
I fit these so this right here, there's a Sharpie mark about the middle of each of these bars.
what am I lining that up with?
The front edge of this.
Okay.
So it'd be like, yeah, like right, this one would be right about there. And then this one should be like right about there. And that should
Let's go test fit.
Yeah, we're like 3 3/4 inches, so we have plenty of room. We gotta get inch clearance.
Okay. And then roll the anti-roll bar back, and let's see where everything lands before we commit to this.
Okay. I'll hold this side. It's right there, right on the edge.
So we should be able to make the mount. That will wrap around the back of that and go over it. And, okay.
I think that'll be nice and strong too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. All right, we can take this out and weld it.
All right, we are back in the warehouse. The body is once again off the chassis of the Cadillac. Reason being is today we are prepping and painting the roll cage and whatever chassis area we need to weld to. Our original intention was to hopefully try and be able to remove the body, take it on and off when we wanted to. That's not gonna happen. Once the body goes on, it'll stay on. And we still have fab work to do. So in order to do that, today we're gonna be using a product from these dudes in California called Alloy Armor. It is a weldable paint. It goes direct to metal. The unique thing about this is it has ground up stainless steel in it, in the paint, making it conductive for welding and grounding and whatnot. This paint is corrosive resistant. It is chemical resistant. This one we're gonna do the cage in like a silver / gray. The chassis is gonna be black. Both black and the silver are both weldable paints. They have others that are non-weldable paints also. Check them out, alloyarmorpaint.com, and let's get to it. Folks, when your shirts are ratty, go ahead, use them as rags. Order some new ones. You know, at that place. All right, so I'm gonna start on the inside here and try to get everything on the inside, work my way around to the outside, and then come back and do 2 more coats. First coat will be a nice light one. All right, guys, last time you saw I was outside painting. Well, I started to get some rain showers. It was windy. The wind was blowing the paint in a way where it was leaving the paint real fuzzy. So I've built this makeshift paint booth. I've covered all the cars in the warehouse with plastic, and I'm gonna go at it again inside the paint booth. I'm gonna suck on some paint fumes and yeah, I'll check out. Yeah. Oh, I'm already dizzy because I can't find my paint. Whew. Won't need any cocktails tonight. Well, all right, guys, there you have it. Chassis is all painted black. Roll cage is painted in like a silver gray. I disassembled complete front end, all the mock-up drivetrain out of it, painted everything. Did the same thing with the rear end, disassembled the whole thing, painted it all. Got it all looking nice and clean. Now we can set a floor on it. I think our motor comes back from Nelson here pretty soon, and we can get to wiring and plumbing and getting this thing done. I can't wait. A little special shout out to the guys out at Alloy Armor. Thanks for the support, and chassis looks bitchin', man. Thank you guys.
What are you doing?
I am doing our final install on our anti-sway bar here. Now that it's painted and Looks really good with the alloy armor paint on here. I want to put this in before we set these tubs in place and figure out how we're mounting them and stuff. I thought I'd be slick and slide in one side and put this on, but it's so tight, this doesn't fit in unless you pull both sides out. So here I am, removing everything once again.
I think we were at least smart enough to weld the nuts in so that once the wheel tubs are in, we'd still be able to get the anti-roll bar in and out.
Yes, we can. But I painted it. It looks good. I want to see it in the car.
Go ahead. I'm waiting on you. I'm dude, you fired up. Let's see it. Thunk.
Right in place. Looking good down here.
Making progress.
Yeah.
God, they got a lot done. Okay, so today we're at RK Racecraft, Cartersville, Georgia. This is where the Lexus has been. I don't know how long it's been. Gary, how long has this car been here? A while now. Not that long. It hasn't been a, hey, we're working on it every day kind of project, which is fine for me because I'm not in a hurry. But they made massive progress. Basically, the whole back half of the car is done, the middle of the car is done. Motor is finally in it. They're now figuring out where the turbos are going to go and how we're going to plumb the hot side and the cold side, which is why we're here today, kind of make some of those decisions. Maybe we'll get Ryan here with a microphone so we could talk to him about all of it. God, this thing looks cool. Pretty much anything you see with black paint on it is original to the car. When you keep that in mind, anything that's raw is new. Basically, the middle of the car is new. It got converted to double frame rail, all new bars, all new cross members, new mid plate, new bars locating the mid plate, new steering. A lot of the back half of the car got redone just to fix up things that were either really screwed up or just weren't going to work for a drag and drive style car. So they made parachute mounts, trailer hitch, they made a wing. Pieces of the wing are not on the car, like the side parts and whatnot. They split the trunk lid so the trunk's still hinged and opens up. These are the vents for the puke tanks and the engine. They made a fuel cell back here. I think they said it holds 16 gallons of pump gas, which is great.
That's like the most we've had in any car.
Yeah. Well, Blasphemy holds 16, you know. And then they redid all the steering and the pedals so they're actually centered on the seat, so I fit in it better now, which is awesome. And those are CJ race cars, pedal assembly. And yeah, today I think is figure out where the turbos go. This motor is so tiny.
It really is.
When you walk around here and you look at all the other motors, like look, there's a tractor with 4 engines.
Yeah,
Every one
four
of them,
big Hemis in it.
every one of them is twice as big as my little LS.
And this little guy.
This cute little guy. Oh, dude, look at this truck. Oh, that's cool. Is that yours?
No.
Who's this?
That's Brandon. He's got the big blazer too.
Oh, okay.
The same guy that has the blazer?
Same guy that's got the blazer, yeah.
Wow.
Thing's cool in it. That one's been a project.
This is
I think
way
he
too
had it
nice.
painted and stuff like 5 years ago, so it's been a long time coming.
This is kind of a big deal here.
Yeah.
Getting close. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty though.
Dang.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks fun. Man.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, we ended up here because I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was you or Doug that was like, we've made a ton of power with Okay, with 102s, but this is 2 of them. We were trying to keep it with 1.
I mean, you can do. I mean, if you had to do 2, it's not a problem. It's just more.
It's just more crap.
It's just more.
More linkage, more more stuff to go wrong. So I was like, if we could do it with 102, because I've heard of guys making pretty good power with a 102. Was it you that said someone made 3,000?
Yeah.
And this is how he was suggesting to do it.
He makes that.
It's 2 Wilson throttle bodies with just a bar going between.
Yeah, that's why we didn't add. Does he make this piece?
I
bet he does.
I'm guessing the intake guy does. Or
Oh,
something.
the intake guy does. Yeah, that's 2 different people.
Yeah.
So is it a curved elbow off the back?
Yeah, that is. It's the same 5-bolt flange.
Yeah.
Oh, so somebody does make something.
Yeah, somebody makes something.
That would probably be just the simplest thing to be done. I mean, it's an extra throttle body. If you're okay with it, that's just you have to make that decision.
I mean, I was trying to make it as simple as possible, but if this is not practical, I mean, what are we talking about? Like how bad is this? Because it's on there. Now it's just a Y out of it.
Oh, it's bad.
Like,
It's bad.
yeah.
Because you got to get 3 inches plus the flange length plus the turn of the radius. So you're talking about 4.5 inches probably minimum going further back in there.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
And so, but I mean, what's the downside of having it come in the interior that far? I'm only asking because I've never had one like that. And so,
I just think it looks silly. Plus you're going to have to bring it down here.
well, that
Plus
was
you're
the
going
thing.
to bring it down here.
We had talked
Clear
about
everything.
putting the dash
It's just getting in the transmission area.
Okay.
Plus you got to build a tunnel to go up to the transmission to cover all that. So then it's sticking way far back.
Yeah.
I would just like to keep the package as tight as possible this direction.
Okay. All right, we'll do 2 throttle bodies.
The only
then.
thing is you'd have to. We got to make sure coming this way. I wonder if he had a dimension. This guy with that Y.
Well, Stefan's probably got his car there. You could probably measure it. You want me to call him real quick?
Is this a Sean's?
Yeah. Oh, there's the part.
Who took this picture? That guy on the
Yeah.
phone?
Yeah. That's
Did he
it.
measure from the table to the?
Yeah. Let me call him back.
Where you think he would send it to us for mock-up?
It might be in a transporter on the way to Florida. Let me ask him.
Yeah. Always do with the engine guy and the tuner one. Always.
Yep. All right, we'll get out of your way. I'm very excited. It looks awesome.
It's come a long ways.
Oh, there's a motor back in it now.
I know.
For a lot of months, that little motor was not in this car.
It's been coming in stages, but this is the next stage.
For a lot of months, that little motor, you couldn't even find behind all those big ass motors.
It was
over
hidden
there.
behind Hemis
Yeah.
Behind all the normal
and
size motors.
977s.
Yeah. It does make you feel good when you've spent a lot of money on something to see it. Like, I got a transmission over there I've never seen. It's not even out of the crate. And if you could just shove that in there,
It'd be like a Christmas present.
oh, I'd feel so good. I'd be like, oh. Okay.
All right.
We're out of here. We're gonna go test boats. I gotta remind you guys, don't forget about the sweepstakes. You could have broken Blasphemy parts in your home if you want them. Go to fsmgarage.com right now, buy something or don't buy something, I don't care. Either way, you could be a winner and end up with cool stuff like this. Good luck, and I'll see you next time on Finnegan's Garage.